Come in, you all come in, hit the like, hit the share button. Let's go live today for the election. My voice is better, as you can hear, right? And I got my natural hair. I rock my natural whenever it gets in the fall time. Just let my hair breathe some time and let my scalp breathe from the braids all year long. And so what a better time to get my voice back than now to talk about such a time as this, to discuss the election. You all let me know. Someone give me a sound check. And let me know if you can hear me well as I'm looking at my laptop. I'm just looking at something. So the point of me going live, right, is it just to discuss, to talk about who I think will win the election. Last that I looked, I saw that it was a clear, not a clear victory, but a very tight race between Kamala and Trump, between Kamala and Trump. And I want to talk about how do I think this is going to affect cryptocurrency, what president being in place will affect cryptocurrency. We know on last week we saw Bitcoin hit above 73,000 and hit its all-time high of over, I think, like 17,300 and something. Hello, Crypto Scales. Thank you for tuning in and saying hello. Greetings to you as well. Let me know what part of the world you are tuning in from. And so this is what we have this week. Bitcoin has went back down to 67,000. On the years, up 91%. Ethereum is at 2,387. We got BNB at number 4. Solana went up to as high as 175,000. We have XRP. Dogecoin have been getting gains all this week, and it is still in the green. But let me show you for the year. MOG, this meme coin MOG, is up 3,404%. Right? How many of you are holding the MOG coin up at a $685 million market cap, up 3,404%. We got Solana 259%, Pepe 594%. And before going on this live stream, I saw some Solana meme coins. President Trump that were pumping 47 as well. United States, Alabama, checking in. Thank you for checking in, Bama. And so this is why this is my prediction. I don't say I'm prophetic by any stretch of the imagination, but it is my prediction that even though it's a close race, a tight race, that Trump will win on tomorrow. And this is why. When you look at Trump, you see the 9/11 code, right? You see the 9/11 code. You see the 45th president, and you also see 47. 7 plus 4 is 11. And then we have 45th. 4, is it 45th? Was it 45? 26. Yes, I'm sorry. So we see the 45, and in doing so, with the 45, you see the number 9, and that's what we get, 9/11. The number 9 means that which is hidden will be revealed, right? That which is hidden will be revealed. And then we have the number 11. The number 11 is definitely for chaos. It represents chaos and wealth transfer simultaneously at the same time. Looking for a video, I don't know why I can't find it. But it represents chaos and wealth transfer at the same time. If we look at the main story found in Genesis 11, I'm talking about the Tower of Babel. This is a allegory, right? Allegories tell things in storytelling format to represent something that you should apply to your real life situation. That means it did not actually happen, right? However, this literature, this allegory, is meant to explain diverse languages. It was a worldwide event that took place that happened. And in this worldwide event, it caused a global change to take place across the globe. And this is where we are headed in Genesis 11 and the 47th president and 9/11 45th president. We are headed to a 9/11 emergency event. We are headed into that stage as a woman carries a child for 9 months, right? That which is hidden is then revealed at the birth of the baby. At 9 months is considered to be fully mature. A birth before that is considered to be premature, right? Deuteronomy 11:11 represents a transition to a new life of abundance. This was introductory to the promised land, Deuteronomy 11:11, and blessed with many resources. So 11 is new beginning. The 11th hour appears right before the start of a new day, right before midnight. 11 also represents wealth transfer, Deuteronomy 1:11. May the Lord thy God, the God of our ancestors, bless you and increase you 1,000 times more. And then 9/11, vibrational frequencies is happening. 45th president, 47th president, right? One out of the 12 disciples was corrupt, right? One out of the 12 disciples was corrupt. That left us 11 good disciples, right? And so with that being said, with that which is hidden is going to be revealed. Trump is very outspoken about his stance on cryptocurrency. In fact, he has a lot of meme coins himself, right? And his stance about going to war and World War III. World War III. That any country that dumps the United States dollar, he's going to war. And so now we are also not only the 11th hour, right, which is 1 hour before midnight, the new day. We're also at the 9th hour. Again, number 9 is the symbol of finality or completeness of a thing. So he was 45, right? Jesus died on the 9th hour of the day, the symbol of finality of a purpose on earth. And this is why I've been telling you all that we're entering a new world order, a new world economic system, just like Genesis 11, that one group of people where everything was whole, everything was united. All of a sudden, because they were united on building the Tower of Babel, it was instant diversity and chaos, right? 9/11, just like it happened with the Twin Towers, buried underneath the rubbles of the Twin Towers of millions and millions of physical silver and gold. So now we have chaos, confusion, but a wealth transfer simultaneously at the same time. And unfortunately, there are more people who want change, but they don't want to change themselves, right? For example, there's a lot of people who may have family members that were ancestors of slavery. That has a lot to do with this wealth transfer, by the way. In 1614, and they would love to get the reparations for their ancestors that built America, that made America great on the free labor of through slavery, right? I saw this post on Facebook, and the post said that when America returns to God, it will become great again. And I commented on that post, when did America ever put God? No, it said when America put God first. Put God first again, it will be great again. And I said, we can look back in slavery. America never put God first. So that's not why we're seeing this economic system, because America has turned its face away from God. In fact, I see a lot of Facebook posts that have the penny and the quarter and everything, and their backs are turned to the "In God We Trust." America never was facing or put God first. You can't be a country that did the grueling things that it did during slavery and say you put God first. There's no way you can feed babies to alligators, that you can dismember human beings, that you can lynch, that you can burn alive human beings, that you will allow children to get out of school to witness this type of behavior and say you put God first. There's just no way. In fact, what we're going to see moving forward, you all, is a lot of reparations. I told you all during the quarter of this year, from 1614, the 400 years that the Bible talks about in Genesis and also Acts, the 400 year of judgment actually begins this year, this fall in 2024. So what you're going to see is a lot of people that for years have been fighting like court cases that have been tried to show bias or prejudices or racism, and they could not get their voice heard. They could not get their case or their day in court. You're going to see those cases come up, and you're going to see righteous judgment. See, just like a Libra, I'm a Libra, right? My birthday is 9/26. And just like a Libra scale balances the weights of justice, you're going to see this now, the balance of the weight of justice. You're going to see a lot of things that were done out of racism, prejudice, discrimination that's going to come to the surface. And it's going to be not number 9, the finalization of a thing or the completeness, but it's going to be righteously rewarded. We're going to see in 2025 cryptocurrency, no matter who wins, Trump, Kamala, we're going to see cryptocurrency evolve. We're going to see the bull run. We know that this year was the year of the Bitcoin halving. And right, history may not always repeat itself, but it often rhymes. And according to the past history of Bitcoin halvings, we have seen a bull run approximately 1 year later take place. This is going to happen. It is set in stone. So we have this cryptocurrency cult, which I honestly have not studied. Dogecoin and Shiba Inu is going to be way more worth than people think. But we have CULT, C-U-L-T, that's up 48%. It is the only cryptocurrency that has those that astronomical gain on today. But as we saw Bitcoin hit its all-time high on last week, I do believe that was an indicator forecast of Trump becoming 9/11, 45th, 47th president. Dogecoin up 5.71%. It has some astronomical gains. Now, I know The Simpsons predicted or showed Kamala Harris as the president, and it also showed that Trump will run again in 2028. I believe both will happen, right? I believe both will happen. However, I believe Kamala will be the president in 2028. Although Trump will run, right? I think he's going to lose, and I think he's going to usher in World War III. He's going to usher in this crypto movement at a very even more, 10 times more than what we expected the bull run to look like in 2025 anyway. He's going to make some changes into Gary. What is he? What is Gary in charge of? Gary Kiesler. He's going to make some change in our financial system, and he's going to bring that in. But at the same time, people that's holding on to old money are going to lose out. And so you're still going to see a very great fall, drastic fall in our economic system. This is why Robert Kiyosaki says savers are losers. Those who save fiat currency cash, right? Mike, what's his name? Michael. Oh, come on. I haven't live streamed in such a long time. But he said those who we call people that save fiat currency and cash, we call them losers. And you're going to have some people that's not going to transfer their cash into crypto. They're not going to transfer their cash, right, into coins like silver, like copper, because that will be used to reset the currency system. We're going to see not only the revenge of prejudice, racism, judgment coming along, but we're also going to see the revenge of things like innocent bloodshed of JFK, right? John F. Kennedy, who wanted to return to sound money. And he implemented Executive Order 11111 to allow silver to back fiat, fake currency, and have silverbacks return. Same thing with Abraham Lincoln. He wanted the greenbacks, right? He wanted the greenback to return, and he was assassinated as well. Now, let's go to the number 12, 48 president, right? 48 president, 8 plus 4 is 12. 12 is the number of government, right? Ninth hour, 3 p.m., Christ died on the cross. The 11th hour, it talks about in the Bible, the 3, 6, 9th, 11th hour, right? Those working in the vineyard, I may go over that, but 11 hours, just 1 hour before midnight, the breaking of a new day. Now, also, Genesis 1 and 4, the first time number 9 is mentioned, it is a good thing, right? Genesis 1 and 4 says it is good, and God separates the opposite. The 9th hour of prayer unlocked things in Acts 3 and 1, right? Now, the hidden goodness will be revealed, right? Like a pregnant woman, the gobbler says, what are some good sites to purchase these natural currencies? I'm so glad you asked that. Go to millimoves.com. You can get your copper. Copper is the most scarce metal in the world. And silver is the most undervalued asset in the world. And I like having a tangible also, in hand as well, because we know recently the cell phone outages, tangible. I wouldn't have everything completely in cryptocurrency and digital cash. I just wouldn't. You need tangible money to get tangible products like food, right? Groceries. Thank you so much for those emojis. So we look at Genesis 11 and the number 9, it shows number 9 also means universal. I did videos that all of us that break down our date of birth. I have my white pad right here, and it's a universal number. No matter what your date of birth is, it will all equal to the number 9, right? And so now we are entering into that, and we're going into a new world order. We're going into a new economic system. Now back to the number 12. 12 is the number of government. Check this out. I'm going to show you the back screen. Kamala Harris, 48 president. The Simpsons predicted that Trump will run again in 2028. I don't think he's going to win. I think she will win. She's going to run again, I believe. And in Revelation 12, the woman that is a figure that represents the Old Testament Israel, New Testament church, Mary, the mother of Jesus. This woman in Revelation 12 is the image of Mary, and the child and the dragon, clothed with sun, the moon under her feet, and she has on 12 stars that symbolizes, right, the tribe of Israel. Now, you are really the woman going to the tribe of Israel, right? But the dragon attempts to drown the woman in the flood of water. The earth swallows it up. The woman flees into the wilderness where she's nourished for exactly 260 days, right? Which all equals to the number 9. The dragon stands in front of the woman to devour her child, but the child is taken to God. So this symbolizes that John sees a woman clothed in the sun. She gives birth. The woman symbolizes Israel. This is where Kamala Harris was talking about giving the loans to Black Americans that they don't have to pay back, because Black Americans are Israel. They're the Black Jews. They're what Kanye West was talking about. They're God's chosen people. They're the lost tribe of Israel, right? In fact, I was watching Good Times Saturday, and I watched the episode again of the character Michael, when JJ painted the Black Jesus and hanging on the wall, and Florida Evans, their mother, actress, said, I don't know what I saw first, my mama, my dad, or this Black Jesus. And Michael goes on to explain what Revelation 1:14 says Jesus is Black, mama. And she said, where? She said, if Jesus was Black, he would have been in the Bible. And Michael said, it is in the Bible, mama. He said, where? And he goes to Revelation 1:14. He says, see, hair like wool, feet as brazen, feet the color of brazen bronze. And Jesus was from Judah, the lost tribe of Israel. And then JJ goes on to say, well, if ever it was a lost people, we're it. And see, this is why you hear about, or you hear it called the rapture, but it's not the rapture. It is the second coming of Christ. And they have taught you the rapture because they don't want you to understand the second coming of Christ. See, the second coming of Christ is God coming back through the cloud on a white horse to war. He's coming to war for his people, for the mistreatment, for slavery. In Deuteronomy 28, the blessing shall be upon you and the curses shall be upon you. The second coming of Christ is about Acts 7:6 and Genesis 13, I believe, that goes into for 400 years, your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and they will be enslaved and mistreated. Now, again, I've already broke down how this year, 2024, from 1614 equals the 400 years, because they changed and manipulated the Gregorian calendar, the calendar that we go by, January through December. Every month of the year, they changed it and they added an extra day. So with that extra day not being added, then we get to the 400 years now at the last part of this year. And this is why you see now so much chaos, so much confusion. You see so many churches against each other, right? But let me read the scripture and then I'll go into that. Acts 7:6. God spoke to him this way: for 400 years, your descendants will be strangers in a country not their own, and they will be enslaved and mistreated. And see, this is why a lot of people have not been taught the truth about the second coming of Christ. They've been taught the lie of the rapture. And the rapture is not even mentioned in the Bible. But this is what the second coming of Christ is about. Acts 7:7. The number 7 means perfection and divine transition. I will punish the nation they serve as slaves, God said, and afterward they will come out of that country and worship me in this place. What is that country? What is Egypt? It's America. It's the only places, Deuteronomy 28 and 26, that people were brought on ships to serve as slaves. And so this is why this economic turmoil is about to come upon the United States, right? This is why we're going to see judgments happen, and people that have, again, faced discrimination and racism, right? And biasness. why they are now getting a voice, why they are now getting a court case. And I stand corrected. It's not Genesis 13. It's Genesis 15 and 13. I'm sorry, not chapter 13. But we see it here in both the Old and New Testament. You know, you have some people that don't prescribe to the New Testament, where here it is in the Old Testament. God tells Abraham the fate of his descendants. He says, know for certain that your offspring will be sojourners in a land that is not theirs, and will be servants there, and they will be afflicted for 400 years. But judgment will come upon the nation that will enslave Abraham's descendants. That nation, you all, is America. So when people tell me that, hey, I don't want to invest in crypto, I believe it's the mark of the beast. Well, you haven't studied our cash currency system. The all-seeing eye, the pyramid is all on a dollar bill. It's been the mark of the beast, right? We've been under the beast system, 666. Actually, beast in Hebrew is really broken down to just 3 letters, which all equal 666. So if you, because of your people perish because of lack of knowledge, because of your lack of knowledge, you are afraid to embrace cryptocurrency. I would at least tell you to embrace gold and silver, because you know the Bible gives you the blueprint for prosperity. In fact, Matthew 25 talks about the parable of the talents, but it also talks about the 5 foolish and the 5 wise virgins. And the foolish ones, when the bridegroom came, did not have their oil. I mean, they were not prepared. They were not positioned. They were not prepared. But the 5 wise were prepared, where the oil for this economic transfer is cryptocurrency, coins, specifically gold, copper, silver, specifically. If you're the poor working class or the middle class, you'll get a higher return on your investment through silver. So this is why I do believe Kamala will run again. According to the Simpsons, we know the Simpsons work for the CIA. They are not prophecy writers. It's predicted. And this episode aired in 2000. Now, we know Kamala already wore this outfit, pearl necklace. And many are saying that prophecy, as a result, has already been fulfilled. However, the Simpsons episode goes on to elaborate or say, Lisa, she says, let me see if I can find it. As she's said, we've inherited quite a budget crunch under President Trump. This is a lot of, this is where I think a lot of people that looked over that episode, because in order for her to say that we've inherited quite a bit of budget crunch under President Trump, meaning that she will come in after Trump's presidency. And I think she's going to represent 48, which is the Revelation 12 woman that is talked about, that's also wearing purple in Revelation 12 in the Bible. So let's play this out.
I've noticed that the outfit the adult Lisa wears resembles the one Harris wore to her inauguration as vice president, with even their pearl necklaces and earrings matching. One user wrote, "The Simpsons creators are clairvoyant, or did Kamala Harris have a private joke?" Images of Lisa placed side by side with Vice President Harris gained so much attention that The Simpsons writer and co-showrunner Al Jean took notes, posting on his X account. He wrote, "The Simpsons prediction I'm proud to be a part of." Jean also attached pictures of Lisa and Harris in similar outfits, with 30-plus seasons of content. It's not too far-fetched to assume that Simpsons fans are picking and choosing the so-called prescient aspects of the show, with Lisa's purple pantsuit being just the latest example. That said, the show writers have long been aware of the show's impact on pop culture and real-life events. So sometimes they make those statements on purpose. But to the future writer Dan Green, he previously commented on his then outlandish choice to make Donald Trump president in The Simpsons. Well, he told the Hollywood Reporter it was
Okay, I want you all to notice that Trump was in cash, which is about to be changed. He was in cash in this episode, piles over cash. And then the books in the room, the little book of BLM, hold on, BLMB and Killing a Good Thing. We say cash. Florida on $10 million a day. We say crypto. So yeah, it's gonna be chaotic and confusion. And I'll list my top cryptos here. So you see pay, you see vote. You know my stance on presidents are selected, not elected. We've already reached enough votes right here to hold on. Let me pause it right here. We've already reached enough votes for the college electoral vote to go ahead and decide the president, right? So even without people voting tomorrow, but even with them doing it, I still believe they're selected and not elected, not just by the powers that be, not by the college electoral voters. But let's listen to see where she said right here about we've inherited quite a budget crunch under President Trump.
Love the way The Simpsons parodies American cultural excess.
This is the president. I'm a pathetic loser. I gotta be honest, I'm not loving this vision.
Putting aside Donald Trump's presidential victory, The Simpsons has apparently predicted dozens of future events that have been echoed by reality over the years. The best example of this just might be the time that The Simpsons managed to predict the winner of the Super Bowl over 3 times. The episode titled These Are the Greek aired just before Super Bowl 26, and the show's writers managed to correctly predict the Washington victory over the Buffalo Bills. Fox rolled the dice again by redubbing the episode for broadcast before Super Bowl 27 and correctly predicted that the Dallas Cowboys would win. They did it again for Super Bowl 28 and once again predicted the correct outcome. Perhaps the series writers should open a betting parlor.
And I'm not sure if you all saw that clip said Gambling Tron. We also have a crypto name, Tron. I'm actually going to accumulate more Solana. I think Solana can give me a definitely easy 5x return. And again, I'm not giving you investing advice. Not telling you to do what I do. I'm just telling you what I'm doing. More Solana, definitely XRP, XLM. I think it will, as this new currency system transfer, and it's their parts in this new currency system. Of course, SDC. I also have Casper as well, Cosmos, Chainlink, the Oracle. Those are the oldies. My new picks is mainly just meme coins like Popcat. Let me look at my portfolio. I did just accumulate some Peanut the Squirrel on the meme coin side. Dog with hat, of course. I'm holding on to Doge and Shiba Inu with dear life because they will also be accepted by the banks for mortgage payments and credit card payments as well. They're going to be bigger than the meme coin. And I just accumulated, as Doge has been doing well this week as well. But on the meme coin side, I also accumulated some XPX 6900 that's behind Elon Musk. And of course, PPA, not Pepe, the red Pepe, the red and the yellow with China. So just right off the dome, that's what I have. That's what I'm accumulating. Oh, yes, I do have HBAR. I'm not sure if I'm going to get more, but I have plenty of it. So, yes, cannot leave out the oldest but goodie and HBAR. And so I'm going to play this for you all so a lot of people can understand the alliterations in the Bible. They're not all of the stories or all of the literature are not actually things that actually occurred, right? They were symbolism, right? So you can, through storytelling. In fact, Jesus said, I speak to you in parables. Jesus spoke through storytelling. So a story or a poem or a picture that can be interpreted to reveal a hidden message. So I'm going to leave you all on this because the Bible, Matthew 25, gives you all types of allegory, give you all types of stories, all types of scenarios, right, to reveal hidden messages. And I hope, right, that your eyes are, your understanding is lifted and open so you can prepare for this new world order and the greatest financial reset that we will ever experience in history. No matter what color, what creed you are, what gender, right? Get ready because I'd rather you be prepared than scared. And I'd rather you see you flourishing financially than suffering in poverty. I'd rather see you flourishing in prosperity. Let me say it that way. Flourishing in prosperity versus you suffering in poverty, right? So let me crank the volume up on this.
Hey, but until you take it to another dimension, you're not going to be able to understand what it's saying. It's not, is that right? Meshach and Abednego wasn't in a fiery furnace, bro. They had to burn off things in their life to go to a new level. You believe the stories in the Bible? I'm giving you the allegory. Do you believe it? Jonah was not in the belly of a whale. He was being swallowed up by his circumstances. Adam and Eve is not ADAM. The first atom was a light, ATOM. The prefix to darkness is evening, Eve. God took atom and evening, light and darkness, brought that together to make mankind. See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Daniel went in the lion's den.
Now that makes sense. Ain't nobody make this shit make sense like that.
Daniel went in the lion's den. He was facing many predators in his life. So how do you maneuver through the predators in your life? Like, how do you maneuver being swallowed up?
Basically, it's allegory. Well, what that mean?
It's something that they say one way, but it really means another thing. But until you take it to another dimension, you're not going to be able to understand what they talking about.
It's not.
Is that right? Meshach and Abednego wasn't in a fiery furnace, bro. They had to burn off things in their life to go to a new level. You believe those stories in the Bible? I'm giving you the allegory. I'm saying, do you believe? Jonah was not in the belly of a whale. He was being swallowed up by his circumstances. Adam and Eve is not ADAM. The first atom was the light, ATOM. The prefix to darkness is evening, Eve. God took atom and evening, light and darkness, brought that together to make mankind. See, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Daniel went in the lion's den.
Now that makes sense. Ain't nobody make that shit make sense like that.
Daniel went in the lion's den. He was facing many predators in his life. So how do you maneuver through the predators in your life? How do you maneuver being swallowed up?
Basically, it's allegory. Well, what that mean?
It's something that they say one way, but it really means another thing. But until you take it to another dimension, you're not going to be able to understand what they're saying.
Okay, so I just want to share that with you. Now, some of y'all may ask, well, Queen, why don't you teach that Jesus in Revelation 1:14, the brazen bronze feet, the wool hair? Why don't you think that was a allegory, right? Because it's mentioned twice. It's also mentioned in Daniel, right? Daniel as well. Well, because that was a vision for John. It doesn't tell you that in a storytelling type structure. It tells you that this is a vision. And we know that John saw the third heaven, right? Went all the way up to the third heaven. And then you also have the physical Israel. And then you have the spiritual Israel too. And I'm telling you, this wealth transfer is all about the treatment of the physical Israel, the people with their stolen identity that didn't know who they were or are still. Acts 7:6, Genesis 15:13, and judgment is coming. And we are, Genesis 11, moving to a new world order, a global change. Get ready, people, get prepared. I agree with you, CJ. And again, right, please don't ever refer to me as racist or prejudiced because I'm talking about the truth or my truth. It is the truth, right? I'm not saying that you agree with what your ancestors did if you was on the other side or your ancestors was part of slavery, but this is part of history that needs to be talked about. That's often not talked about or taught correctly in the public school systems as well. But Jesus said he came into his own, and his own received him not. So he opened it up to the Gentiles and all that will see him as the Messiah that he was. And I'm helping everyone that wants to be helped. I'm positioning everyone that wants to be positioned. And guess what? If you don't want to be rich for you and your family, want to be rich for somebody else, have enough money to help somebody else, because you can't help the poor if you're one of them. So don't be selfish. Don't be a Christian Dior, that artificial Christian. Be an authentic Christian who says, you know what? I don't really care about being a multimillionaire or a thousandaire, but I'm going to get wealthy enough to help my family and to help somebody else. Because you cannot help the poor if you are one of them. And again, Matthew 25 teaches us that those that invest their money will be rewarded with more money, the parable of the talents. I'm signing out. Thank you. I have 30 people. I so thank you for continuing to subscribe to me, to rock with me, even my 2-3 week breaks, right? You still here. You're still subscribers. You still come in. You still say hello. I want you all to know I love you all. You are my community. You are my people. And we're all going to help one another. Thank you so much, CJ. I appreciate you as well. And everyone that tuned in. You all, let's get ready for the greatest wealth transfer that this generation will ever live to experience. Have a great rest of your night. Love you. Queen out.